Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today is Groundhog's Day 2020, February 2nd, 2020. So, I wanted to bring you these cookbooks, and I'm sorry you're hooked to my table. So, if I bang my table, you're going to be bouncing around. I'm sorry about that. So, this is the American Woman's Cookbook. I picked this up at a rummage sale. You see all these little petit fours and candies? Cookies. People actually used to make their own. So I wanted to bring you first the copyright date, 1941. And then I wanted to show you a few things. So this is from the 40s, obviously. It was written starting in the 30s, late 30s. Do you see all the different things on here? Like today's recipe books can't even make the grade if you're looking at this. Anyway, it has menu making. Yeast breads. Before that, though, I don't know why. I guess that's part of the menu making. Hot tamales. Garnishes for aspics and salads. Oh, garnishes we have. The service for dinner, how to set up your eating utensils and dishes. It goes into flours and meals used in bread making, yeast, amounts of yeast, methods of using yeast, different types of dough, sponge method, straight dough method, a whole bunch of things, and obviously a whole bunch of recipes as well. So there, what I really wanted to show you, because this is amazing sandwiches. This book is quite amazing. Appetizers, soups. Now with the soups, I don't know if it's this one or the one underneath it that has the beans. Oh, here comes the cat. Black bean soup. Soak beans overnight. See, it doesn't even say, it doesn't even say, it just says a cup of black beans, which tells you that you're not buying cooked beans. You're using bagged beans. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Let's see. Fish has a fish section and the meats. So back before we had all these big stores, there were butchers. Butcher shops, I should say. And long before that, during the pioneer days, you butchered your own meat. So this tells you the cuts of meat and how to cook them. This is the lamb chart. This is the beef chart. Pork and veal. But I don't know if it was this one or the other one. Anyway, I'll show you a couple recipes that are in the other one. Hamburger steak, baked hamburg. It's not even hamburger, it's Hamburg steak. What is this? Potted ham. So basically, this would be like the I'm thinking the deviled ham in the can that I bought the other day, or whenever it was. Oh, this Is this the one that shows you how to cut up? No. I'll get to that. Let me find my markers here, because those are the ones I wanted you to see. So here, mallard wild duck, venison. Shows you how to cook it. Because people didn't run to the store. They hunted. Yeah. People hunted. Or maybe it is this one. Rabbit, hares, and squirrels. Roast squirrels. See this? That might come in handy someday. Anyway, it goes into stuffing as well, and sausage stuffing, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's an awesome book, actually. I just picked it up, I don't know, maybe obviously last year, but I don't remember when last year. So then we have, again, Boston baked beans, 2 cups of pea beans, soak beans in cold water overnight. Because they didn't run to the store and grab a can. Boiled lima beans. That's, I guess, fresh. But it tells you, you know, beet greens. You can eat beet greens, and they're very good, actually. Anyway, that's that. Cakes. You know these box mixes that we have now? They didn't have cake mixes in the 40s. You made your own cake from scratch. You didn't say, hey, I feel like, or you didn't go to the bakery either. You made your own. Maple syrup cake. Look how they spelled syrup. Devil's food cake. Sour cream cocoa cake. Coffee cake. And then from there, it goes to even have a fruit cake recipe, which I might try because the one I make is mincemeat. I like it, but my grandmother made an awesome fruit cake. It was like a yellow color, and it was delicious. I know people say, ew, fruit cake, but yeah, it's good. I make one, but it's not as good as hers was. I mean, it's okay, it's good, you know, but not the same. I can't make anything the same. Look at this: apple filling, caramel filling, chocolate filling, coconut filling, whipped cream filling, because people made their own. It wasn't a instant gratification society. People actually took pride in what they did as well. Chocolate frosting, coffee butter frosting, fudge frosting. Is this the one that has the donuts? Yes. Crullers, fritter batter, apple fritters, cookies, donuts, etc. Yes, people made their own donuts as well. Actually, I made apple cider donuts. I think it was in October. Boy, they're good. And easy. They're not very hard to make. You just need a donut cutter. Cream puffs. Eclairs, which are basically the same thing as cream puffs, but bigger. So, what was the other thing I want? Candies, even. Then it goes into other desserts, fruit desserts. Frozen desserts. Yes, ice cream. They made their own ice cream. Can you believe that? Excuse me. What is this then? It's got a French section, a beverage section, and a canning, preserving, and jelly making section. Because, like I said, they didn't go to the store and buy it. And they bought things, you know, in season. So it has preserves, jam, marmalade, conserves, which I don't know what the, I think it's more like a, maybe a chutney, I'm not sure. Jellies, extracting fruit juice, test for pectin. There is also, and see, they didn't have the rings like we do. They had like the Weck jars that had the glass top. Pickles and relishes. I think I'm going to make some of these and do videos on them. Casserole and oven cookery. Yes, even a recipe for ketchup. Pigeon and casserole. Pigeons or squabs. Spanish rice. A whole bunch of different stuff. So, and then wine, seasons, fine food, and this is the index. I want to show you this. This is the index for this book. I'm going to say it's about 16. It's a little over 50 pages. That's just the index. So that I bought at a rummage sale. This I bought, oh my gosh, back in the 80s. And it has, you know, your measurements and your liquid equivalents and copyright is 1977. So this book has harvesting, freezing, canning, and drying. Tells you when to harvest. Even has rose hips. I don't know if you can see that. How do you prepare it for freezing? What else did there was another thing I saw in here, kohlrabi, that you don't see every day, and they were pretty much staples back in the day. Okay, then this is a timetable for processing fruits and pickled vegetables in boiling water bath. Can you see that? There you go. Low acid vegetables. This goes, you have to turn it to see it. So then we get into drying vegetables and fruits. They show you how to make dehydrators. This would be a tray. Wait, I want to show you, see these? These are commercially available electric food dehydrators. Dryers, they said. They show you how to do it in the oven, I believe. A stovetop dryer. Solar dryers. Homemade dryers. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. This is a solar dryer. This is an electric dryer that you make yourself. This is a low-cost kerosene heated dryer. Full building directions. Preparing foods for drying. preparing vegetables, preparing fruits, fruit leathers, vegetable powders, dried tomato paste, dried pumpkin flour. Interesting. Need to put that one here. Oops, I pulled two out once. Oh well. Herbs. Then we have underground storage. So this book is like full of knowledge. And that's what you want. You want something that's full of knowledge. Not a book that says, oh, go buy Campbell's tomato soup. No offense against Campbell's. I don't have a problem with them. I'm just saying. A root cellar adjacent to the house. Shows you how to build it. Ice maker box. Concrete storage room. Like today's recipe books are basically, they focus on one thing. And then we have pickles and relishes. There was something else in here, I think, that I wanted to show you. I mean, it has everything. Pickled zucchini, green tomato pickle, spiced sweet apples. I just learned how to talk yesterday. Minted sweet apples, pickled cantaloupe. Because cooked down, oh, that's what it was. Homemade pectin. Cooked down in pectin jams and jellies. You can make pectin, often called apple jelly stock, ahead of time and preserve it for later use. If you enjoy making combination jellies and blending them with other fruits in season when fresh apples are not available. Or if you are lucky enough to have the fresh apples at the same time as the other fruits, you can make use of the pectin immediately. So I'll probably I might do a video on that. Because it's good to have, it's good information to have, you know. They even have elderberry jelly. So I did want to say, I am so thankful that, and I'll continue with this juice. Making apple cider. Vegetable and fruit recipes. They all have dried beans. Dried beans. So, back in the day, this is the one that shows you how to butcher. It's an old book, and I doubt if I can find a book binder, so I'll have to probably glue it back together myself. Churning butter, taking off buttermilk, freezing milk and cream, making butter, washing and working butter, making butter in a blender, using a rotary beater or cake mixer, churning in a glass jar, making hard and semi-hard cheeses, because people, waxing your cheese, people did it themselves. They didn't, although not in the 70s. This is, some people did, but by the 70s rolled around, everybody was working. Sorry, I needed coffee. Because, you know, had to go to work. Clabbering the milk, cutting the curd. Oh, that's for cottage cheese. Old world ricotta, new world ricotta, soft Greek cheese, cream cheese, making yogurt, storing eggs, ice cream. Then you have dressings. This is still dairy recipes. Cooked coleslaw dressing, cooked fruit salad dressing, icing, beets with yogurt. Have to try that. Preparing beef, veal, lamb, and pork for storage. Doing your own butchering. This is like the people, like my mindset would be like, maybe this is more for farmers, but it's a stocking up how to preserve the foods you grow naturally. So here's the beef, retail cuts of beef, retail cuts of veal, lamb, pork. And if you're having your meat butchered, making head cheese, liver sausage, and scrapple, and rendering lard. Interesting. I've had this since the 80s, and I really had no idea of how much knowledge was in this. But, you know, life got in the way. Sausage. Making sausage is much like making meatloaf. Who knew? An old-fashioned breakfast sausage, Italian sausage, chorizo, hot dogs even. And it shows you how to cut up your poultry, cutting the bird, preparing birds for slaughter. Sorry, should have put you up here. Preparing birds for slaughter, chilling the bird, cutting the bird. Because, yes, people used to do it themselves. Freezing meat. Freezer storage time chart. Canning meat. And look at that. They are canning whole chicken legs. See that? And it's got all the directions for processing meat, ground meat, curing and smoking meats. Shows you how to build a smoker or two. Pretty interesting. Jerky. Chicken has jerky recipes. Then you have fish, how to cut it. So anyway, the point is, it's a really good book to have if you could find something like this. Nuts, seeds, and grains. This wooden trowel, built especially for the purpose, allows you to use your car to hull black walnuts. Without the trowel, the nuts shoot out from under the car's tires without cracking. Harvesting tree nuts. Drying. Cracking. Storing shelled nuts. Sunflower seeds. Grains. Harvesting by hand. Storing the grain. So the sprouts, even the basis of this video is to say, yeah, people used to do it themselves, and yep, there's books out there that you can find that can show you how to do it yourself if you wanted to, or if you had to. Sorry, my breath is kind of not so great today. So that's that for this video. I'm trying not to do any negativity. Thank you to our government for banning travel for 2 weeks from a certain area, so we don't have to worry as much. Kind of knew it would be okay because excuse me, I didn't think that, if it was really bad, I didn't think the government would just let it slide, Anyway, thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Coffee. I'm not feeling the best, but I wanted to do this video because there's lots of information out there. Get yourself some real cookbooks, and I think the older the cookbook, the better, honestly. Gardening books. There's tons and tons and tons of gardening books. I mean, this is just two of the yeah. This dust jacket has seen better days. I probably should just toss it, huh? I have tons of recipe books. I have to go through them, but I have another one like this. Not this specific one, but another older one. I just can't. I don't have the energy to look for it right now. It's around. It's in my cookbook shelf, but I just don't have the energy. So that's that. I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching again. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.